Welcome, everyone. Well, Amsterdam was the last stop of a very emotional trip that stretched me in so many ways. And I wanted to share a little bit with you about Amsterdam because I believe Amsterdam is a living metaphor for reinvention. And truly, that is what having a fabulous next chapter is all about. Amsterdam respects the past, just like we do. It has its architecture, which you will see in the video, while still evolving. So many of these homes, which you'll see the hotel where I stayed at, which is a combination of 25 different townhouses. So the exterior is the same, but the usage and the interiors are very, very different, similar to us. Then there's the canal system, which was both inventive because now they created homes on the water, so to speak, but it also solved a lot of the water issues that Amsterdam has and continues to have. So it's problem solving, inventive and problem solving. So, and there's this constant flow of water. Water is everywhere in Amsterdam, and water is flow, which is our next chapter. And then, of course, there's the cycling. We are like on bicycles. We have to keep our momentum, and keep pushing forward. I landed in Amsterdam, though, from Krakow, Poland, and only had truly an afternoon to enjoy it. So, what I've done is I put together some video as well as some photos I think that you might find inspiring. It seems like all flights lead to Amsterdam, in and out of Amsterdam. And I have to say, the airport is absolutely amazing. The most wonderful Starbucks in the world. And you all know I'm a coffee addict. You can buy anything in that airport and eat anything in the Amsterdam airport. Now, Amsterdam is known for their blue and white Delft china, which I adore, as many of you know. The Dutch East India Company was a huge trading company in the time period that the Netherlands was a really powerful trading country. And, the Dutch were everywhere and brought things back to their country as well as people back to their country. So their spices, the cooking, the textiles, and of course the porcelain, all came back to what was at one time, or I should say today, is a tiny country. But you see that all over in Amsterdam. It's really interesting. So without further ado, here's Amsterdam.
Okay, I am in Amsterdam on my way back to Boston from Poland, and I just wanted to show you the Pulitzer. It's actually a pretty large hotel because it's 25 townhouses, and I'm going to show you the view because, thank heavens, I got upgraded to a canal view. Don't you love this? Yeah, look at that over there. The Dutch always have these very interesting things at the tops of their buildings, which I think is so cool. It's just unique. They're unnecessary, unneeded, but yet serve no purpose, but yet they make us happy. Let's see, and I can't tell you at the moment. I can't pronounce it, even if I could tell you. Let's see. There's a sign that tells you what canal I am on. Pritz something Grot. But this is the little hotel room. It's not actually that small. It's a nice hotel room. The Pulitzer has really everything, but I had to show you this because here's the little tea thing, which I think is so wonderful, right? It's that Delft. I'd love that for my home. I wish they sold those. Very fun. But I also wanted to show you because I flew KLM from from Krakow. Look at this. This is so cute. I flew business class. In business class, you always get a little meal. This is what the little meal came in. And I was taking a picture of it, and the stewardess said, or the flight attendant said, I put some snacks inside because I see that you love the box. And, you know, I don't know that I'll eat the snacks. What are they? Let's look. Butterscotch cookies. Oh my goodness. And then mini cheese sticks. Oh my goodness. Gouda, which the Dutch are known for. But look at this box. You've got the crown. You got a cow with a hat on, a top hat, because Gouda cheese is always something that comes from a cow, right? Look at the wooden shoes, the bicycle, the umbrella. I just thought this was so, so sweet. I want to keep the box. And how special to get a meal. It doesn't even matter if the meal's good or not. That box makes everything. So anyways, I just had to show that to you. I'm going to try to go outside right now and take some pictures, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. And I will talk more about the Warsaw, Krakow, Jews of Poland trip in just a few minutes. Okay, a little clearer view of the lobby. This is kind of cute. These are the elevators. This is not the lobby. I mean, I'm on the 4th floor, and this is just as you get off the elevator. Give you a little viewpoint, and you can see how the townhouses all interconnect. These are separate rooms back here. Lovely little table. The one thing I will say about this hotel is it's dark in the inside. The hallways are dark because there's very little light. Isn't that sweet? Interesting, right? And you could see there's staircases everywhere. So here we're connecting to a whole nother townhouse, which is rather fascinating. And then, I'm sorry to spin you around. This is what I mentioned. If some of you have issues with stairs, make sure you ask for a room that doesn't have stairs. And I have to say that's something I used a travel agent. She's actually wonderful. And I was upgraded, and I was upgraded to a room with no stairs, which is great. But even in the rooms themselves, there can be some stairs. So it's something to think about. But isn't that gorgeous? Unique, special. Got the front desk. It's turned around, which is great. Here's gardens back here. I love this. Beauty house. Oh, I would like this. It's a very busy place, I have to say. It's huge. We're looking forward to, so the garden is not open at the moment. Last time I was here, the garden was open. It was great. It's a fun place to sit, but it's been cold and windy. I think is part of the problem. You can see how these townhouses are all connected, which is really cool. 25 townhouses are connected that make up the hotel, to give you an idea. And look how each townhouse is different. Now, the restaurant across the way is Mediterranean. She told me it's run by Italians. She made a point of saying that. The other restaurant is Dutch, traditional Dutch food. So I'm going to see what that's all about tonight. Okay, I think I called it the Pritzker. It's a Polish, like the Pulitzer Publishing Company. And back here is their restaurant that's called Jan's, which is their traditional Dutch menu, which is lovely. All these interesting little bits because we're going in between townhouses. Isn't this fun? And you can see again the different townhouses that make up the Pulitzer. Think publishing, Sharri. I don't even have the microphone on, but I had to show you this little library area. I don't know who sponsors it. I see Viking, which is very interesting, but they call this the library. Isn't it sweet? It's really a bit of everything that the Netherlands traded, the Dutch company traded on. Very cool arrangement of books. It's got the Delft glassware. Glassworks factories were quite incredible. I love that piece on the bottom. Isn't that cool? You could store all kinds of interesting things in there. I would love that thing, although it's super long. Very cool. I'm not talking to see. Wow. I'll try not to have the man in the picture, but look at that. Look at that painting. Oh, fantastic. So, and then out we go. It's a picture of a houseboat and lots of little boats. Now, some canals have houseboats and some just have little boats, and I don't know why. So if any of you are Dutch, tell me. Tell me why. Okay, here's across the street from the hotel. The hotel is right there, just so you know. But look at this. I know it's getting dark out and shops are closing, so I can't show you much. My day in Amsterdam is much shorter than I was hoping. But it gives you a view of the homes, and I'm going to go and see what that is all about. I can't remember. Might be a church, but the Dutch aren't church-going people, so I don't know about that. Look at those shutters. Aren't those something? Oh, look at all that. That's beautiful. I don't know how you go in. Why would you want a Delft gun? I have no idea. We won't think about that.
Amanda. Hello?
Look at this. Very cute. Oh my. If you wondered if it was an industry, here you are. Look at that. Ship all over the world. It's got old and new. You know, I'm not so sure I didn't buy something from this guy years ago that are sitting in my house. I don't know if he's open. Yes. Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. I think I was in your shop years ago. Oh, I love this. Numbered. Precious. There's so much. They don't touch. Now I am in a newer shop.
Your feet scared me too.
You could start to see the different patterns. Lots of animals. Huh. Look at that. That's gorgeous. I love the teapots. I don't know why. I have a million teapots. But what's lovely about these is you can put a warmer below so your tea stays warm. Nothing like a little espresso cup. 129, just to give you an idea. It's all hand painted. It's beautiful. Here's a good solid tea mug. Isn't that great?
So I just move painting on the table and then we bring them out to our factory where we find glaze them. And they come back
Okay.
This gentleman does the painting.
Yeah, there's like a handful of factories left. We're like a small family business. My parents started a shop a couple decades ago. And I sort of added that out.
Oh. This young man learned how to paint.
There's some pieces which are like a transfer.
It's a family business.
Like some piece of here, but there's like a bit cheaper, so that's
Hand painted. Look at these.
Yeah, I was just making this one at the moment. The windmill.
Oh, see, look at how the purple, before he fires it, it's purple. And you paint it, oh, right there.
Yeah, it's sort of a workplace.
I'm gonna, oh my gosh. Whoever says you need a whole studio is wrong.
Definitely,
You have a
You
table.
just need a table, a couple pencils,
Brushes.
and then you're ready.
Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Okay, next time I'm flying KLM all the way over from Boston because they give you, I guess, these little houses. And he just shared with me that some people collect them. Aren't these adorable? I want one of these.
Lana 2.0.
Thank you, everyone, for joining me on my short jaunt to Amsterdam. And if you have a layover, I just highly recommend, rather than just hopping on another plane as soon as possible, that you take at least one day, if not more, to kind of check out Amsterdam. It's well worth it. Amsterdam reminded me that our next chapters are really not about perfection. It's really about movement. Just like the city, you can keep evolving in a way that truly reflects who you are and what is important to you in your next chapter. The Rijksmuseum, I don't know if I'm saying that properly, is absolutely amazing. You will sit and view these incredible paintings and hopefully a little fabulousness comes your way in terms of ideas. The cafe that's connected to the Rijksmuseum, both the informal one as well as the formal restaurant, are wonderful. So if you have a layover, that's a great thing to do. The shopping is interesting, I have to say. So, but also it's a small city, so you can do a lot in a day or two. So stretch yourself. Like the Dutch, they have a past, we have a past. Some is great, some is not so good. But they keep moving forward, planning and doing. Now, for those of you who haven't seen my video on the Jews of Poland tour, do check it out. Honestly, I was crying almost every single day. I did not take a lot of videos, but I talked about the experience in the YouTube video. So truly do check it out. Am I glad I went? Absolutely. I find, and maybe you do too, that I have to get uncomfortable to grow both in my understanding of the world, my understanding of the past, how it impacts today, and also for me to think about what it is that I want to do going forward. I have to get a little bit uncomfortable to envision all of that. So thank you again for joining me. Because of you, I'm constantly reimagining my own next chapter, but let's do this together. I'm telling you, we need a community to cheer us on, don't we? So subscribe if you haven't already and come join me over on Substack. That's where what I call the Fab Next Chapter Club actually resides. A lot of conversation goes on over in Substack, which I think you'll find beneficial. Both, it's good to not only hear what other people think, but also for you to speak out as to what it is that you want. Because sometimes if we put it to paper, all of a sudden it makes sense. It starts to form. And I think that's really important. And Substack is a great place to do that. Take care, everyone. Happy December. I shall see you soon. And as we say in Paris, a bientôt.